Now we have the Horde Heroes. The Horde Heroes, again, the first three are melee types, although there are more melee types than most other things when it comes to the Horde.
Blood and thunder.
So we will start with the
Anu Belore Delana.
Blood Knight with his loud voice acting.
Lies ahead.
For some reason the Blood Elves for the Horde have all loud voice acting. This is a Blood Elf Paladin, and he has the following abilities. Judgments, 75% damage to the target, also causes the Judgments effect. Enemies that are under effects of this have minus 25% movement speed, they do 25% less damage, and they have 25% less armour for 10 seconds, so they all take extra damage and cannot do much back. Very nice ability. And it scales incredibly high damage and debuffs as it goes up. Very good ability to have in your arsenal. Divine Storm, just like the Alliance version, deals a short AoE that does damage and heals nearby targets. Command Seal, when activated, plus 10% critical chance for 300 seconds. I'm not the best at maths, so I don't know how that converts into minutes, but it seemingly has no cooldown anyways. So if you have this, make sure that it is always active. And Avenging Wrath, again, just like the other Paladin, 75%, sorry, just 75% more melee attack for 30 seconds. Cooldown 120, which is his ultimate. Moving onwards, we have a Tauren warrior. He has Thunder Fury and the Bulwark of Azeroth. Very nice, sexy weapons and armor things going on for him. He has Shockwave. Slams the ground with Crypt Lord's massive claws, shooting out spike tendrils in a straight line, dealing 90 damage and hurling enemy ground units into the air in their wake. Obviously this tooltip is wrong, because that is the Crypt Lord's abilities from the Undead race. However, I assume that it is essentially the same thing, hence the tooltip confusion. I will actually buy that ability and we can see it in action just like that. So, his other abilities are War Stomp, 30 damage and stun effect to all enemies around within 3 yards. If he gets swamped with enemies, use this and he will stun everything. Combine that with Shield Wall, minus 50% damage taken for 10 seconds, increasingly better cooldowns as it levels up. Between those two abilities, you can be on the front lines and never die. And his ultimate, Commanding Shout, 200 maximum HP to all friendly units within 15 yards for 30 seconds. This is a bit of a not amazing one, because as you can see it's maximum HP, so I don't believe it heals at the same time, and it's a good way to make your healers actually drain a lot of mana just to top off that maximum HP. But that is the Tauren warrior, elite Tauren chieftain, whatever you want to call him. Finally, in this part 1 section, before I restart the video, we have War Chief Garrosh Hellscream.
You will serve the Horde, or be crushed.
And he is a guy with these abilities. He has Heroic Leap, leaps through the air towards a directed location, slamming down with Destructive Force, doing 80 damage to all enemies within 3 yards. Now this is actually, it has a little utility, so you can do it as it said there, charge down and jump on people and do damage to them, or say for example this area here is lots of enemies and is about to die, you can actually use it to actually jump away out of the fight.
For the true Horde!
Like that.
Rogue-nose!
He also has Whirlwind. This is very much like Blade Storm Ultimate for the Blade Master in Warcraft 3. He spins around doing 20 weapon damage every second for 6 seconds to anyone within 3 yards, and as you upgrade it, it is more weapon damage delivered. Second Wind, plus 10% HP, 20% maximum, mana, and 30% movement speed for 5 seconds. Increasingly better stats as you level it up. It's a nice way for him to instantly heal up if he's taking a lot of damage, and then you can obviously use the leap as well to get away with it. Recklessness, thank God for this. Okay, previous version he used to have Bloodlust, and obviously the Horde have Ogre Mages which come with Bloodlust, so this was a wasted ultimate. However, now it is Recklessness. He has 100% critical chance, 100% damage taken, lasting for 15 seconds. So if you use this ability, followed up by Second Wind, he will heal, he will have loads of crazy buffs, and then activate his Whirlwind. He will critically strike with Whirlwind and do all sorts of madness. So that is a much better cooldown for him on his ultimate ability. Now, here we have the Undead Rogue, the Orcish Beastmaster, I guess, I think. Might be a Rexar. And a Troll Shadow Hunter. Now, the Rogue. As you can see here, he has an energy bar which is depleted. The Rogue gains energy with Sinister Strike, and it gives him 30 of it. 30 damage to the target, generate 30 energy, target gets minus 70% movement speed, minus 5 armor for 3 seconds. Once he has full energy, he can use 90 of it to do Eviscerate, which is a large burst of damage and a stun for everyone within 3 yards of him. For his other abilities, he has Shadow Dance, which is a blink. So you can start blinking around, stunning things, being a pain in the arse, and his ultimate is Sprint. And he gets plus 50% attack speed, movement speed, and when he crits he gains 100 energy. So when you get this ultimate, he becomes a stun machine for 15 seconds, because he can crit a lot and keep spamming that Eviscerate. Here we have the Beastmaster. He is our ranged guy, and he has the following abilities. Summon Gorilla. Now the Gorilla has 3 levels, gaining more abilities as it goes. It can have Wild Charge at level 1. Level 2 it gets an additional War Stomp, which I think is a stun, and a Cleaving Attack at level 3. The Direwolf also has Wild Charge, but at level 2 it gains Mangle, and it gets Wild Charge, Mangle and Wild Shout at level 3. I'm assuming Wild Shout might be similar to the Cat Druid, maybe, because otherwise Mangle wouldn't make a lot of sense. I've not actually got level 3 on this yet, and so I've not got any way to tell. Snake Trap is his 3rd option, and it releases a ton of snakes. Up to 16 of the things, depending on the level of the trap that you have. And its ultimate is summon 3 War Eagles to fight for 60 seconds. It doesn't say the cooldown of this, but if it is 60 seconds, that's a damn good ultimate. His Snake Trap, however, you get a little targeting thing. You can just make it out, it's a little unclear. And you can put that down, and then when some enemies go and walk over that, it will activate. And you can see, for example, his Direwolf. Get that guy out. There's the Direwolf, and there's his charge. Troll Shadow Hunter. This one's fantastic. Healing Wave. Heal for 200 to 400 depending on the level. It heals 3 targets, 4 targets or 5 targets, and each jump reduces the effects by 30%. So this is a great healing ability, it gives you a lot of utility. Shadow Strike does 150, 225 or 300 damage, in addition to 40 damage every 3 seconds and minus 50% movement speed. Such a heavy nuke. Serpent Ward. Summon a small serpent ward, a medium or a large one, to fight for you for 40 seconds. Now this I will choose and demonstrate. You get this small area which you can place it in, pop that down, and then you can click on it and see that it has an attack. Now it doesn't seem amazing at first, but the more points you put into this, the more insane it gets. And the heavy one, the large serpent ward, that does a fucking ton of damage, and it's great.
I wrecked my blade.
His ultimate is Voodoo. Friendly targets have 50% chance to dodge enemy melee, ranged or magic attacks. This is superb utility and survivability. Like, it's a coin flip on every attack, and it can never be a bad thing. Now I just want to take these guys out on a little hunting excursion, and we'll visit this here Dragonhawk creep, and I will show you a couple of the abilities in action. I also have a couple of items on this rogue. Got Boots of Speed, Wings Out and Noble Set. Okay, so we'll get his Wolf out and I'll go attack. We'll get a Snake Trap out, and you can see this, there's some fucking ton of snakes. And they actually have 10 damage each with less than 1 second attack speed. So that is sick. And then we can obviously get that little serpent ward down as well. And we picked up an intelligence Oh wait, this used to be an intelligence cap, now it's 200 HP. Interesting. Okay, so those are the remaining Horde units. So next I shall move on to the Burning Legion.